Hello everybody, what's going on? This is Tim, and this is The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, for the Super Nintendo originally. This game was the third Zelda game to ever be released. We had Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, and then A Link to the Past. This has always been one of my personal favorite Zelda games. I've wanted to Let's Play this game for a long time. And I'm finally going to start taking the time to do so. So basically, there's a lot of backstory that is running across the screen now. And this game has a lot of backstory to it. Basically, it goes into the early days of Hyrule. There's a war. And basically, as is usually the case in Zelda games, Hyrule has been destroyed. And there's this evil wizard that wants to take over the kingdom of Hyrule. So there are 7 maidens, and he entraps the 7 maidens. The wise men's daughters, I think it actually calls them in this game. So our object is to release these 7 ladies so that they can break the seal that the wizard has put on the land of Hyrule, so that Link can once again become the hero of the world. And that's basically what you're seeing depicted right now on the screen in story form. A mysterious wizard known as Aghanim came to Hyrule to release the seal. He eliminated the good king of Hyrule. Through evil magic, he began to make the descendants of the 7 wise men vanish, one after the other. And the time of destiny for Princess Zelda is drawing near. So this game was released in 1992 for the Super Nintendo. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to, oops, didn't do that. Hold on. Reset the game. I meant to actually go to the 3rd file and start a new game. Oops. My bad. Here we go. And I'll just name this after myself. It doesn't matter what you really name it. Help me. Please help me. I am a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. The wizard, Aghanim, has done something to the other missing girls. Now I only remain. Aghanim has seized control of the castle and is now trying to open the 7 wise men's seal. I am in the dungeon of the castle. Please help me. Tim, I'm going out for a while. I'll be back by morning. Don't leave the house. Okay, so we start at Link's house, or Tim's house, and he has left. His uncle has left. Mysteriously, we're having a dream. We hear a voice. We wake up, and he's leaving with his sword and shield drawn. He's going after something. Okay, so first thing you want to do, you can pick up pots and throw them. You can use those as weapons as well if you need to. And then you got treasure chests. Now, the treasure chests contain usually the items that you'll need throughout your quest. Right now we have none, as you can see, but we will get some as we go. Starting out with, of course, the green tunic, which is Zelda's, or should I say Link's, uh, most famous tunic, and the one that Link tends to wear the most. So let's see what's in the box. You got the lamp. Now you can light torches and see your way in the darkness. Now there are a lot of runs where people can actually run this game, and they run it without actually getting the lamp, which you can do, but why make it any harder on myself than I need to? Let's go outside. Okay, so for now, all we can do is throw. We do not have a weapon. You don't start the game with a sword. Like most Zelda games, you've got to actually have someone give you the sword. Right now, Zelda's telling us where the hidden path is. I know where it's at. I'm just looking for coins. Or not coins, but rupees. Rupees is the money of Hyrule. Green rupees are worth 1 rupee apiece. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the red ones are worth 5 and the blue ones are worth 10, but we'll find out for sure. I'll check that out when we go through. So anyway, we're going to work our way now along this garden path here. And there's a hidden entrance right here. And there's our uncle. Oh, Tim, I didn't want you involved in this. I told you not to leave the house. Take my sword and shield, and listen. You can focus power in the blade, then release it using the secret technique handed down by our people. Tim, you can do it. Save the Princess Zelda. It's my what? My sister, my arch enemy? He never tells us. Most people just believe it was his destiny. So if you hold the attack button and release it, you get a little spin attack like what you just saw. Helps if you actually hit the enemies with it, though. And we have another treasure box. Now, these little items are magic powder bags. The green meter on the screen is how much magic you can use. Magic items cost a certain amount of magic powder. So clearly, if you're going to use something magic, like the magic lamp, it's going to cost you some magic, so you got to budget that out. There's a rupee. It was worth 5, so I told you wrong. The blue rupees are worth 5. The red rupees are obviously worth 10. My mistake. So we got ourselves 6 rupees to start out. And now we have a sword. And the sword can be used to cut bushes, grass, basically anything in the area. For now, we just want to get into the castle. So let's cut ourselves a path into the castle. We've already aggroed that enemy, so we can go ahead and throw bushes at him and probably kill him. Yes, we did. Grab a coin, grab the hearts. The hearts refill your life, obviously. That needs no explanation. So now we are in Hyrule Castle. Now, I tend to kill enemies off just to get them out of the way, but obviously, if you choose to skip by, you can. I'm going to go to the right first. You can go left or right. Both will actually take you to where you want to go. I usually just take one path to get one way and then take the other path to go the other. Really doesn't matter. There's no special item here. In this area, anyway. Would you stop with the freaking sword? Took way more damage there than I wanted to. Now, this door takes us outside to, like, the balcony of the castle. For now, we're not going to go out there because there's nothing out there for us to do. But later on, throughout our journey, we will need to go out there. So, we're going to go up this in this doorway here next. Continue to fill up our heart meter. And now we're going to come back down into the next level. You can go down staircases with items in your hand. You cannot fall, though. If you fall off cliffs or something like that, you will throw the item. So keep that in mind as you're going through the world. Okay, so here's where it actually comes together. If I go this way, we'll actually see the left side of the castle, which pretty much looks like the right side did, just from the left. The doors that have arrows pointing down or up with staircases, well, that's what they are. They're staircases. So basically, we're down to the second level of the castle. You didn't see it long, but that is a small key. Small keys open up small locks on doors. We got the map. It'll show us the location of the dungeon, the parts of it anyway that we have seen. Here's what we've seen. And you see the stuff highlighted in light blue are the places we've been. The dark blue places are places we haven't been yet. So that's the map. All right. So we're going to use our key right there to go in that door and move on to the next part of this dungeon. That's a bottomless pit right there, so you can just bump an enemy like that and knock them right off into the pit, which is sometimes easier than actually fighting them. Sometimes. Oh, but you got to be careful because they can also bump you and knock you, really? And knock you off into the pit. Wow. Okay, so I got trolled there. That's okay, though. We'll continue. No worries. We'll just go back. I'm not even going to fight these guys this time. I'm just going to work my way like I intended to the first time anyway. Work my way up to the back to the split door. It happens. Sometimes you'll get trolled like that and you get caught up in the wall and you can't get away. And you control the enemies the same way as you just saw. Tit for tat, I suppose. I wasn't really paying the attention I needed to there, or I wouldn't have died. But it happens. No big deal. We didn't lose anything, really. Just a few minutes of our time, that's all. There we go. Now we're back to where we were. Alright. So, again, you can knock them off the sides, do it. Just don't let them knock you off the sides. This sucker's trying to troll me again. This time I got him. Oh, wow. I about walked off the side by accident. Oh, he fell off. Okay, so we're going to go around this way. It's always a good idea to have your sword ready because you don't know what you're going to run into when you come around a corner. So it's always a good idea to be ready to fight, just in case. And here we go. Alright, we got a small key and the boomerang. You got the boomerang. So this is the regular boomerang, not the magic one. It goes about halfway across the screen. If you hit an enemy with a boomerang, it will stun the enemy. If you hit an enemy with a boomerang, it'll stun them. If you throw the boomerang at an item that's been dropped, usually the boomerang will pick it up. So it's pretty useful for the beginning of the game, but we will be getting a much stronger one later on. Alright, take these stairs here, and we're going down into the dungeon area of the castle, where we might just find Zelda. In fact, we did. There she is. But first we gotta beat the guy guarding herself. Wow, really? We have another heart here. Aww. Alright, now we gotta be real careful, because if I take one more hit, it's game over again. There we go, we got the big key. Now the big key is the master key of the dungeon, and it will open big doors that the big locks that the small keys can't. It'll open big doors, and it'll usually open the door to the boss. But now we've rescued Zelda. Game's over. Just kidding. Thank you, Tim. I had a feeling you were getting close. Tim, listen closely. The wizard is magically controlling all the soldiers in the castle. I fear the worst for my father. The wizard is an inhuman fiend with strong magical powers. Do you understand? Yeah, I get it. Alright, let's get out of here before the wizard notices. I know a secret path, but first, we have to go to the first floor. Let's go. So Zelda's going to follow us. We're going to grab the 10 coins, or 10 rupees, out of that box there. Gives us 14 now. And we're going to very carefully work our way back to the first floor. Because as of right now, Link's kind of weak. He's already took a beating getting there. Okie dokie. I guess I could go to the left just to show what's there. Might get lucky and find a heart. There's one. That's much better. Now we'll just kind of work our way. So see how he's stunned? When I hit him with the boomerang, it stunned him. That's basically its main purpose. Alright, I'm going to go upstairs and come out the doorway there. We're going to have to be in this section coming up anyway, and probably more parts, yeah. I'm hoping to find some rupees, but so far it seems like they definitely filled the containers up with hearts. Alright, here's where we want to go. Then we want to go upstairs. Oh, that works. Okay, we're going to take these guys out. This is something we'll use in the future throughout the game, but you can actually cut things like curtains down with Link's sword. Why there's curtains over those walls, I don't know, but whatever. Alright, she's going to tell us now that we need to push this shelf to the left. Which opens up another door for us. And now you're going to see what the lamp's for. The lamp lights up this room even though the room is pitch black. It gives us a little bit of light in front of us anyway. But it also will give you, will give you the opportunity to light the room up by simply lighting a torch. Like that. So you can always use the magic lamp to light torches to make it easier to see in rooms that are dark. Alright, we're up to the next floor. We light the torch because there are a whole lot of snakes in here. In the original Legend of Zelda, the snakes, by the way, were called keys. Why, I don't know. That's just what the game called them. Alright, there's that. The biggest thing with dealing with the dark is just take your time and kind of work your way through. If you happen to find a torch that you can light to help your vision, that's great. If not, usually you can just rely on the lamp's light itself to help you out. We're going through that door into the next one. After passing through these sewers, we'll be very close to Sanctuary. Let's be careful. You got it, Zelda. 68. That's a pretty good amount of coins to start with, anyway. Once we get out of here, we'll actually be gathering a butt ton of those. Okay, so cracks in the walls, like the one you see to your left, you can open with bombs or also with the Pegasus shoes. We don't have either of those yet, so we'll be coming back here later to go in there. Because unfortunately, you do not get bombs in this first area. Push the block out of the way so we can go on up the stairs. We're almost out of here. There's some more. I'm holding the lamp instead of the boomerang. The rats drop rupees, lots of rupees, which is good. We got 105 rupees now. So I think we can actually buy our first bottle. Which is good. You get 4 bottles in the game. Alright, so if you pull the left handle, you get more enemies. If you pull the right handle, you move on with the stage. I'm going to go ahead and fight the enemies. Because as you saw, that one dropped another rupee. And at least in the beginning of the game, rupees are important. Not so much later on, but in the beginning of the game, rupees are important. Alright. And we made our way out of the castle. Princess Zelda, you are safe. Is this your doing, Tim? Yes, it was Tim who helped me escape from the dungeon. When I was captive, the wizard said, once I have finished with you, the final one, the Seal of the Wise Men, will be opened. Tim, you must not let the land of Hyrule fall into the wizard's clutches. If he reaches the Seal of the Seven Wise Men, releases the Seal of the Seven Wise Men, evil power will overwhelm this land. Before that happens, before it's too late, destroy the wizard before he can destroy all of Hyrule. You can do it. You can. I sense that a mighty evil force guides the wizard's actions and augments his magical power. The only weapon potent enough to defeat the wizard is the legendary Master Sword. It is said that the village elder is a descendant of one of the 7 wise men. Maybe he can tell you more. I will mark his house on your map. But watch your every move. I am certain that the castle soldiers will be looking for you now. I will hide Princess Zelda here. Do not worry. Seek the elder. Do you understand? Yes, of course I do. Tim, be careful out there. I know you can save Hyrule. Meet the elder in the village and get the Master Sword. Okay, there's a box behind the man. And that gives us a heart container. This increases our hearts by 1. So now we have 4 hearts instead of 3. There are lots of pieces of heart laying around and also lots of heart containers laying around. By the time we're done, we should have about 2 full lines of hearts, which is a good bit of life, and that's important. It'll keep you from dying in the game and make it a lot less frustrating if you can find the heart pieces. So now we're leaving the sanctuary, and this is where the game really begins. We are in Hyrule. So you can go around. I'm going to do this time just to gather a few more rupees. You can actually go around and cut these bushes. Happens a little quicker if you use your spin, your cyclone cut. And, you'll get some rupees for it, which is kind of why I'm actually doing it. I'm hoping to gather a few more rupees. Oh, and then every now and again you'll get lucky and get a fairy. A fairy fills your life up 100% if you need it to. Ooh, that was a bomb. There are also bombs or booby traps underneath some items that can hurt Link as well. Okay, so we're gonna go to the town now of, I think it's Kakaroo Village, I think is what it's pronounced. It should be, yeah, Kakariko Village. So we're gonna go this way. And right there is the sign that lets you know that you are actually into the village. Wow, why were you hiding under a bush? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That right there, by the way, is what the booby traps look like. If you touch them, they explode and you die. So obviously, don't touch them. That would be bad. Alright, let's go on down here. And we are now in Kakariko Village. And this is a good place to stop for our first video. I don't know how long the length of these videos are going to go. It just sort of depends on where we're at. But I thought I'd keep this one relatively short, at least as an intro to it. So for now, this is Tim. Thank you for watching The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. I hope you look forward to the series as much as I look forward to bringing it to you. We'll see you in part 2. Take care, everyone.